Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my new studio. How do you like that? Today I want to talk about 5 exercises which can help you to avoid knee injury or if you already have some knee pain. Because we're doing a lot of jumps, we struggle with overtraining our quad muscles. And most of the time we're not focusing to training our glutes or our hamstring to prevent future injuries. Why a lot of athletes so lazy to training other muscles? Because we usually like to do what we like to do, right? We do parkour, we training, and we focusing on skills, and that's a problem. So we focus on specific skills, but we're not focusing on the muscles which we're not using. And that's where is unbalance coming. We do a lot of jumps, we do a lot of flips, we do landing, we do box jumps, and even after training we do some exercise to improve our quads muscles. And that's a problem. Our quads is overtrained. And we never was focused too much, like I don't want to talk about everybody, but I know young athletes will never think about training glutes, and the coaches usually use the classic training for all groups because you're training 5-6 days a week, you have 4 or 5 classes per day and you're getting tired. You don't want to be creative, you don't want to find a personal approach to each student. But this exercise which I give you today will help all of them, and you can incorporate this training in your classes and you don't need too much. Like some of the exercise athletes can do by themselves or their partner. So when our quads is tiring, other group of muscles should take this impact or support it. And one of the big supporter muscles, which actually the muscles should you use when you do jumps and landing, it's glutes muscles. They're not ready for that because we're not training them specifically. Because for training the glutes you need to squat 90 degrees and slightly lower than that because you need to stretch this muscle to activate. I want to talk about 2 muscles which creating the knee pain, and they're usually overused. One of them vastus medialis muscle and other one sartorius muscle. These 2 muscles we're using a lot in our hip flexion and knee extension, and it creates so much tension on one side that start pulling the tibia on one side more than other, and we have patellar ligament which is connected all above and it start pulling on the side, and every time when you're jumping these 2 parts is getting disconnected, and there where is the inflammation coming from. We do more and more jumps and we're like, oh, we need to be stronger, we need to avoid the knee pain, we need to do more squats. And that's our first biggest mistake. Any sports we're training more squats, but the problem we're not training hamstring. So we have one main muscle, 2 on one side, and out 1 muscle from other side. And that's a problem. How we can bring it balance? So when you're training hamstring, the tension is going similar on the back and from 2 sides. So if you will do this next exercise, which you can see, this will help you to avoid knee injury or knee pain. Okay, let's get started with first exercise for your hamstring. So you can give it to your students. It's really easy to do. You lie down on your back with keeping your legs slightly bent. You will feel the pressure on your hamstring. And if it's too easy, they can lift one leg up and have to do a switch. Don't rush to do this with one leg. Let them get used to it and keep it for 30 or 45 seconds in this position before they will try to do one leg. Exercise number 2. You can do it by yourself and you can put the mat on your legs, or you can do it with other partner. They can sit down on your calves and hold your legs. All what you need to do is put something under your knee, because if there's some of your students already has inflammation, you don't want to make it worse and it will be really painful for them. Your goal to push up and use your hamstring to contract. So you're trying to flex your knee. And try to go as slow as possible and as low as you can. Arms could help you to control how much weight you need for your hamstring and not to overtrain or rip your muscle if you're not as strong. Even after these 2 exercises, I don't feel like an old man anymore. Whoa, wow, feel much younger now. Whoa. Okay, ready for the next other 3. Subscribe, thumbs up, and let's keep going. Okay, number 3, exercise for your tensor of fascia, lata muscle. Lie down on your side, slightly bend your foot under you, and focus on the glutes muscles. This is really important. It's not actually glutes, but it's the tensor of fascia, which will help us to improve your abduction and include your glutes muscles. Don't lift it straight up, don't pull it back. We have to go abduction and backwards. You'll feel include your glutes muscles. Don't lean backwards, don't fall in your belly. Sideways, your legs slightly bent. It's also will help for people like me who's doing hikes for 3 or 4 days during the summer, and the summer season is coming. So guys, not only parkour, but parkour in the forest, parkour run away from the bear is the best practice. Russian style to train your parkour from A to B. From A to bear, B to home. Number 4, really important exercise for your glutes muscles. As we do a lot of squats, we're not always engaging your glutes muscles. And engage your glutes muscles by stretching it. When we do a lot of landing, it's the bigger muscles which can help us to actually absorb our landing. And of course, if you're doing big jumps, this will help us to push our hips forwards, which can make our jumps longer and of course higher. Depends how weak or strong your legs, you can pick one of them. Easier, harder, depends on your students. Tight the rubber, find the proper angle. Do the squat position, pull back, and start flexing your glutes and squatting. And when you're lifting up, you're not leaning backwards. You want to stay straight and squeeze your glutes in. You're going lower, up. Don't go too low. All what we need to do, you have to stretch and engage all range of motion for your glutes muscles. When we're here, we're pulling up and our glutes engages because the force is coming from that direction. Instead of doing in dumbbells, barbell, and the pull pressure is going down. So we want to from here. Also help your lower back. Number 5, and this exercise is really important for people who's doing flips and corks, because these abduction muscles can save your knee from the injury. When we're landing our cork, for example, our foot and lower part of the leg is taking the twist rotation impact on itself. And what's going on? This is our thigh, this is our shins, and when we're landing, we still keep twisting, right? But the hips is holding our thigh, so that motion is start twisting. And this is a really big impact on these two sides for twisting. So if you're not strong enough here, these muscles which are holding you, well, they will still twisting, right? So you want to keep that muscle tight. So as you can see, we have a lot of abduction muscle which we need to train. You can hook the rubber band, or if you're in the gym, just use the cable machine for this exercise. So you can squat, you pull. If you can hold for a second, do that. 2 seconds, step out. Hold. Don't place your foot. It's hard to control the balance. But it's also help the students who's doing corks, because when you land, you don't want to land and twist your ankle like we're training our core muscles. It has to be all around the knee. Be nice and tight and strong. You don't want any issues with your knees in the future. And one more bonus exercise. Exercise number 6 for your calf muscles. If you guys are interested in this stuff and you want to know more about different exercises, how to prevent some injuries, maybe not only about parkour, any other sports, please comment below. After the strengthening your muscles, maybe you guys would like to see some video about stretching. I can create 5 or 10 exercise for you to stretch your muscles. It always helps, especially we have active stretching and passive stretching. Do you know when to use this? One of them you have to use in the beginning of the class, other one in the end of the class. We can talk about this one too. So the last one is the calf muscles. As you can see, the calf muscles also connecting over the knee. The knee is like a core muscle. It has a lot of muscles in front and the back. If we care so much about core muscles, why we not care about the joint area? If you're a climber, you probably know the elbow pain. It's the same thing, guys, because they're using a lot of biceps and not as much triceps and deltoids. And they're using a lot of wrist in one direction, not other one. So if you guys, some of you climbers, and you want to know more, I can create this video too. Oh, come on, I can make a lot of videos, guys. But let's talk about the calves more. For training calf muscles, find the stairs somewhere where your heel is going lower than your and go really quick up and slow down. Stretch and explode. You do 1. Keep your legs straight. Go really quick up and really slow down. Thanks so much for watching this channel. I really appreciate any likes, any subscription, reposting. It will help me to be more motivated. I like what I'm doing, and I hope it helps you too to be a better coach and better athlete, to stay safe and training more. And I will see you in the next video.